Gatsby uses GraphQL to source data. Because the whole like appealing part of Gatsby, in my opinion, is that you can fetch data from anywhere. Where it's like it can be your file system, it can be Twitter, contentful Twitter, like any place that has an API where it has data, you can source data from. So it's basically you can plug in your data source and then it'll power your website. That's like the really appealing thing about Gatsby. And it uses GraphQL to do that. So today we're going to explore some really cool stuff with Gatsby and GraphQL. So Jonan, if you go to the terminal and do Command F, no, like this terminal.
Oops.
You have to go to the old one, or it kind of defeats the purpose.
How do I do that?
Do you see the 2.zhsh?
Hey, zish node.
And then Command F.
Command F.
And then type in GraphQL. GraphQL.
Like Graphy, but more QL. Do I do this like this? QL up.
Okay, never mind. We're just gonna do this manually. Let's go to the browser and go to localhost 8000 __ GraphQL.
Whoa.
Yep.
Did you just hack my computer? GraphQL. It's hacking. You're a computer hacker.
Let's go to the documentation. I want to show people how to find documentation.
I'm going to go to Gatsby.js.
Let's type in Gatsby.js and GraphQL Playground. And then don't try this solution at home the one on this site, because it does not work. Like the save dev cross env stuff does not work. I tried it a lot and I still cannot figure it out. So all you have to do you see that command within the red? So Gatsby GraphQL IDE Playground Develop. Copy and paste what's inside there and copy and paste it into the terminal. But not the whole thing, just the red part without the quotation marks.
Well, so we want it all the time though, right?
Yeah, but also it doesn't work. I tried it like 5 times and I still could not debug it.
Let's try it. If I put it in my package JSON, is this where it goes? Under my default, into my develop section.
Scroll up.
There it is. Develop. Gatsby develop.
Okay, we did it. We also need to install some stuff.
I have to stop the server and restart it.
Mm-hmm. So we have to stop it, and then you need to npm install.
I stopped it with Control-C, by the way. I did Control-C to stop it.
That is a really good tip. I did not know that was a thing until way too late in my dev career.
You can also do, I want to say Command-D does it. No, something does it. That wasn't it, though. Whatever I just did was not it. There's another way to do this thing.
We have to install the npm packages. Do you see like where it says, if you haven't installed cross-env, you can do it with in the HTML page, the last code snippet.
Oh, if you haven't installed cross-env, you have to do it this. Oh, so this is why you didn't want me to do it the hard way.
Yeah.
Well, fine. Should have done it the way you suggested in the first place. But now I'm doing it the slow way. If you haven't installed cross-env, cross-env says use npm run develop instead of Gatsby develop and access it when the development server is running on this. Okay, I will use npm run develop instead. That I feel like should be bigger. If I was making this tutorial, I would make the thing is changing. I would be like, big letters. This thing that you used to do all the time, it's broken now on purpose because you changed that. Now do this. Okay. It sort of worked. And validate.
If it works, I'm going to cry because it did not work for me.
Well, that's the whole point, is that when you show your problem to another programmer, it immediately works perfectly.
I know. It is the saddest thing. Oh my gosh, it works.
Yep.
Oh, I hate life.
No, you don't. You love your life, and you love that you're a programmer because we have the capacity to collaborate to fix things. Remember the part about the co-founders? You need 2 programmers. We did it. It works. I'm querying the GraphQL. I clicked the play button. It didn't do anything.
Oh, because we didn't put anything in the query. You need to first write a query.
I'm going to write a query.
No, before we do that, we gotta like query. We have to have something to query. So let's go back to the VS Code, and let's go into Gatsby. Do we have a Gatsby config file? I forgot if we do.
Oh, I'm sure it exists in the Gatsby
Yep.
config file.
What? Okay, cool. So we don't have any plugins yet, but we will soon. But before that, let's have some metadata, because let's say, for example, me and you, Joan, get in a fight, and we're like,
I love
we
fighting.
gotta change the name of the website, and you don't want to go through and change every instance, through Control F and Control Replace. You want to like
take a long time.
Because if we have a fight and like we gotta change the business like name, we gotta do it really quickly.
I have to rebrand, because when we split the business, all you get is the trademark, and I take everything and all the bread.
Not all the bread. Can I have like at least like 10% of the bread?
I get all of the bread, and you can have the name, which is actually has my name in it. Isn't our company called JonanLoaf? Yeah, you can inherit the business name. That happened to the cookie man, Famous Amos. You know about that? Sorry, Mr. Amos, your cookie brand was stolen from you, and then he went on to make Uncle No Name cookies. Uncle Nonami is how he pronounced it, because the company bought his brand and kept it. This is not what the people are here for, I don't think. I don't feel like you came here to hear about cookie trademarking.
Wait, we gotta, let's get back on track. Okay, so we need to configure our site by adding some metadata. So let's type in site metadata. It can be literally anything. I'm just making this up right now. Site metadata.
I feel like you're trying really hard to keep this stream on track, and I am actively working against you. And I apologize for that. It amuses me. All right, site metadata.
No, the underscore in the metadata, like the.
Oh, we don't do that. You were saying that was offensive, not just my face, but we do this. No, what do we do in JavaScript?
Yeah, that. Yeah,
we do camel case, because this is clearly more readable than just creating an all but none pixel gap between two words that should be separated. Let's just mash them together.
You get it. Okay, good. Okay, I don't get sarcasm. So let's do colon. Colon, yeah, and then let's open a curly brace, because we gotta shove stuff inside the metadata.
Yeah, all right.
Okay, what are we gonna shove in here? So we gotta shove in title, right? Should we do name instead of title? Title kind of sucks. Let's do name. And name could be hat. There we go. Hat could be Jonan's hat.
We're pivoting. We're making a JonanShow thing. For the sake of those following along, we'll call this thing title. No, what did you say it should be called? You said site
or name.
Name.
Great. And then the author should be Jonan, because I do not want to be associated with this website anymore.
It's fair. I appreciate that.
You have full ownership.
Jonan. All right, I did it.
Let's try doing singular. I don't know why. I should probably look this up. But I always configured the names without quotation marks, but singular things.
Oh, just this one? Single quotes?
Yeah, single versus double quotes in Gatsby.
Here we go.
I get literature stuff. Okay, never mind. I'll figure that out. Okay, cool. We defined the metadata, which is amazing.
Isn't there like a turn on preferences where I can turn on Vim mode?
Oh.
I won't do it. Okay, fine.
And you forgot a comma after the Jonan.
You forgot a comma after the Jonan.
No, not there. Like after the curly brace. Because
I'm in the other thing. Okay.
Yeah. Because that and plugins have to be separated.
Did it.
But yeah, okay, we did it. Okay, great. Now we can query some stuff, because now we have something to query. So let's go in there and then let's write a query. So if you go to the right, you see the little docs thing that's peeking out from the behind?
Boop.
Boop. Okay, great. So you see all the stuff that's there. So type in, do you see site somewhere?
Yep.
There should be something called site, yeah. And if you click on site, there should be a bunch of like site stuff. So type in, click on the type site, because we're on the site. Oh, never mind. Let's click node. Right, implements node. And what's with a node? So node, there should be something around like site metadata. Is that not a thing? Yeah, there we go.
Site metadata.
Yeah, that's what I meant to do. Sorry, I haven't looked at this UI in a while because I used to the not as good pre-installed GraphQL thing. This is like the fancy thing I learned about 2 days ago.
So I should just call this metadata.
Yeah, you can just call it metadata, whatever you want. It doesn't have to be site metadata.
The schema?
Schema.
No, the docs. The docs, the site build metadata, the site. I'm going to find it again to prove I know it.
Site metadata.
Bam, I did it. I do this with my father when I train him to use television remotes. I'll be like, now you do it. Now you go to Netflix, Dad. Okay, now go watch NFL somewhere. There we go. We did it. All right.
Wait, why is it title and description? It should be.
I don't really know what's happening. I thought you did. Oh, hey, look, I did this. Boom.
There we go. There we go. Sorry, I was like very confused because you renamed it metadata. That makes a lot of sense.
This doesn't make any sense to me, title and description, but
site metadata is like a thing.
Oh, it's like a thing that's already part of Gatsby. Okay.
It's meant to be integrated with SEO stuff. So it's like built in.
Oh, that's the site metadata for SEO purposes, which stands for search engine optimization. So Google can find our web pages.
That's why I wanted to name it site metadata. So it's all integrated at the same time.
Okay, good. Great. So we did it. And now we go over here and it says name and author. So
great.
I can query it somehow. How do I query this?
That's a great question. So you undo the docs.
Undoed.
And then we're going to type it in the query on the left side. Type in query.
Thus?
I think it's query, actually, not query. But anyways. And then we got to open the curly brace. And then type in site. No, but you got to like hierarchize it. That's not.
Oh, I have to actually enter site.
Yeah. Site. And what's within site is metadata. Uh-huh. And then what's within metadata? What are we trying to query?
Name
and author. No comma. Is there a comma? No, I think there's no comma.
It's like that?
Mm-hmm. And then click enter.
Oh my goodness. I'm basically a wizard.
Like at this point, yeah, I think you're.
Just remember our Space Cat celebration like this, and then I get a dance. I was dancing too.
I only have one dance.
I think I knocked something over. This is good. I just broke my computer. Look at me. This is cool. I thought GraphQL was going to be hard to learn, but I just figured it out in 9 minutes. Now I can do this.
Hard. All you have to do is figure out what the hierarchy is. Also, yes, these dance breaks are iconic. I agree. So yeah, all you have to do is figure out where the things are, and then just click enter, and it will validate it for you. And if it doesn't work, it will show you an error.
I have to just figure out where they are by browsing around, and then I can just do it, and I can hit play. Yeah. And so on the website, if I wanted to query this thing, do I copy this? Do I need this?
Oh my gosh, you're the king of transitions. Yeah, so can you please copy that? And then we're gonna use this information in the header because we want to use the metadata, not hard code it. So let's go to header. Okay, this might be a really bad example because we don't insert. It's okay. We can work with it. So if we want to use this, can you scroll up a little bit? There's nothing to scroll. Okay, cool. We need to import some stuff from Gatsby. So let's import. So I mean, we already have it open, so you don't have to write this. No, delete that line. So within link, can you like do comma, and then we're also gonna import GraphQL. GraphQL. No, it's all lowercase. Exactly. And then you have to use something called use static query. And use static query in Gatsby is like your best friend because it basically allows you to hydrate your components, which means fill them with data. So all of your components are dry and dataless and loveless until the use static query comes in, and it kind of adds data and life back into the component. It's amazing. We stand. So basically what that was a really, really bad explanation of use static query. So use static query is like a Gatsby like feature that allows you to use like React hooks to query like GraphQL when you build the website. So when you generate the HTML files. So every time you generate the HTML files, it queries like your GraphQL to make sure you have like the most updated information. Does that make sense?
Yes. Every time that I use it, queries the static query with static query.
Yeah, almost. So basically, use static query works whenever you build the website. So whenever you generate the HTML files, use static query like gets the information fresh whenever you want to generate the static HTML files. So let's say I deploy this to Netlify right now. When I deploy it, it's gonna ask the GraphQL server, "Hey, what's the most up-to-date information?" and publish it to the HTML files.
Why can't it just ask the file that lives right there that I typed it in?
Because how Gatsby is constructed, it can take data from anywhere. So it can be the file system, but it can also be like Contentful or Twitter.
Oh, it could take it from my Twitter profile and just put it on a page? That's pretty rad. I like that. But only when building.
No, so you can do it dynamically as well. So, like, but use static query has the word static in it. So that's done during build time. You can do other things like live. So it hydrates like whenever you serve it to the user. So we need to define a constant variable to make it equal to like the thing that you're querying, because you can't just shove it in. You gotta like put it inside a constant variable. You want to put that inside of the component, because that's how inheritance works.
I put it inside of header.
Yeah, but not return. So do it above return, like inside the curly braces. Yeah.
Const,
and you can call it whatever you want.
I'm going to call it whatever you want because we have to give the people what they want.
Okay.
All right. And I'm going to go back over here.
No. Yeah.
Why is it crooked? This indentation is really not working for me.
Yeah, this looks very sad.
I'm not coping well. All right. Well, there it is.
Equals?
Oh, equals something.
Yeah, and then equals use static query.
No, that makes sense because it's probably waiting for me to finish the whole thing. Okay.
Yeah, and then parenthesis, enter. So you want to expand that stuff. And then let's put inside it copy and paste. Oh, no, forgot the GraphQL. No, you can't do that yet. Undo it. Almost. Type in GraphQL. And you got to do the backtick on the top left of your keyboard. GraphQL, backtick, and then paste it in. Exactly. And then you want to make sure that you close out. Yeah, it should work now. But we need to use the data, actually. So we need to replace. It should work, yeah. We scroll down. We got to replace one of the aboots with the actual metadata. So let's get, so do you remember like yeah, exactly. So not exactly. So you need to name the first thing, the name of the variable. So whatever you want. Oh, no. So you have to go hierarchically. So it'd be dot, no, that was correct. Whatever you want, dot site, dot metadata, dot name. So it's very long.
Oh, I can see why people like this so much.
Doesn't it make sense? Like it makes
no,
sense.
It does. It's easier than having to write an API.
Exactly. And then like you can check right there. It works.
Yeah, it does. A Jonan's hat. And then I could just do it like that over and over again.
You got to do a dance break now.
That's a song I wrote about my GraphQL query because I'm an expert song writer in addition to code writer. And I wrote whatever you want. And then I spelled it backwards somehow or added an A in there. I think it's because I was dancing too enthusiastically.
Yeah, exactly.
I did it.
Yeah. And then the only thing you need to do now is repeat. Are you a shark? No, this is Snorlax. Oh my god.
It's Snorlax.
I would never be a shark.
Would you be a baby shark? Do you want to hear a song about baby sharks?
Yeah, you have children.
Baby shark. Yeah, well, you can't sing that song. It's probably copyrighted. Yeah.
Yeah, but you do this with author as well. So whatever you want to do, it's great.
I could do this. I could say like Jonan hat.
Yeah.
If I changed this to another curly thing, and then I said whatever you want, and it actually just autocompletes, and then I say dot site
dot metadata dot
dot
author.
metadata dot author. Why does it not autocomplete the last one for me? Last bit, it doesn't do the little auto-completing thing. Okay, that's fair. I guess if you want to be like that, GraphQL, fine. How about that? I did it. Jonan's hat, a boot, a boot, a boot, a boot. And hello, bread friend. And we just killed it.